In this video, I will show the newest and most interesting devices for filming videos in 2025. Let's start with the drone. My main drone right now is the new DJI Air 3S. The main feature of this drone is the new 1-inch camera. It shoots excellently at night. I tested the Air 3S in Kuala Lumpur, and the footage taken at night looks really stunning. The second feature is the 70mm telephoto camera. It's great for shooting large locations with beautiful backgrounds, like mountains. With this camera, background objects appear much larger, and during fly-arounds, we get beautiful parallax. Here's my favorite shot taken with this camera in Switzerland. It looks fantastic. I also filmed a volcanic eruption with the 70mm. The lava shot up to 100 meters, so getting close was dangerous. I saw people losing their drones here, but with the zoom camera, I could film the volcano from a safe distance. The third feature is the sensors. The Air 3S comes with LiDAR. Regular sensors are just cameras. They cannot see obstacles at night. LiDAR allows detecting obstacles even in the dark. I don't know how, but DJI says the Air 3S can see obstacles at night from all sides. It's quite interesting to check. Another new feature of the Air 3S is that it can return home even without GPS. The drone remembers the flight path and returns to takeoff point, avoiding obstacles. I saw tests where it took off from parking lot without GPS, and the drone found a very complex path home. If you already have Air 3, I don't see a reason to upgrade to Air 3S. The changes are more noticeable in nighttime shooting, but if you're a big fan of night shooting, then yes, it could be worth upgrading. This year, I upgraded my iPhone. I previously had the 14 Pro. The deal maker was the USB Type-C port, but more on that later. The iPhone is a camera that is always on hand. The coolest thing is that it has 3 lenses. If I need to quickly film something, I pull out the iPhone. I really like the new 5x zoom camera. I love achieving this distant effect. I also use the 5x as binoculars to see what eyes cannot, and that's awesome. But most often, I shoot with the 0.5x camera, the wide-angle lens. This can be first-person shooting or vlogging format. It's also great for making smooth camera movements. It's important to plan all movements and make them smooth, then your videos will look more professional. The iPhone also serves as a monitor for my camera. I connect the phone with a cable, and using the Monitor Plus app, I can see the shot on a large screen, which makes it easier to frame the needed angle. The app can also remotely control the camera. That's why I bought a new iPhone. The iPhone also has a macro camera. You can take photos of eyes or small bugs without large lenses. For editing on the iPhone, I use VN Editor. It's free and has all the necessary features. One of the best apps for phone editing. For complete control over the camera, I recommend the Blackmagic Cam app. Here, you can shoot in flat profile and control all the camera settings. It also has better stabilization. For 3 years now, my main camera has been the Sony A7S III. It's still the best camera for the price. I use 2 lenses. The first is a wide-angle Sony 1635 f2.8, but I broke it in Iceland. Apparently from the rain, the motor isn't working. I cannot get it fixed because I live on an island without repair services for lenses. The second lens for shooting cinematic scenes is Sigma 2870f, the best value. I use the Sony B10 microphone and I'm very satisfied with it. High quality sound without wires. Recently, I reviewed action cameras. I compared 3 main competitors: GoPro 13, Action 5 and Ace Pro 2. I started recording on all cameras with full charge, shooting in 4K. The first to die was the GoPro, which completely discharged at the 107-minute mark. The Ace Pro 2 lasted a bit longer, 112 minutes. The winner of this challenge was the Action 5 Pro, which lasted 169 minutes. Honestly, I like Action 5 Pro the most. It's the lightest, most compact, and the cheapest. I also like that the Action 5 supports connecting a DJI wireless microphone. DJI recently released the new DJI Mic Mini. Look at how tiny this device is. It's nearly 3 times smaller than the previous DJI Mic 2 version. Most often, I use an Action camera for FPV flights. For example, I used an FPV to send the Action 5 to the tallest waterfall in Iceland. But this time, after flying it into the water stream, something went wrong. One propeller came loose during the flight, and the drone fell along with the Action 5. I had to climb down the waterfall, which was a 4-kilometer hike. Luckily, I found both the drone and the camera. It was quite an adventure. The Action 5 can record slow motion at 120 frames per second in 4K with a 4:3 aspect ratio. Using these settings, when flying into the water stream, you can see every single droplet in slow motion. I often shoot from a first-person perspective. To do this, I use a mount-mounted bracket like this. The Action camera is also great for filming cooking scenes, allowing you to capture unique angles. I also enjoy attaching the camera to my car. It's perfect for filming road trips.
Give to monkey. Monkey kind?
Yes.
The Go 3 is the smallest Action camera. I recommend it if size and weight are priority for you. I attached this mini camera to a coconut and gave it to monkeys. That's how I managed to capture some unique footage. The Go 3 has a built-in air tag, so it's hard to lose. With such a small camera, you could even turn your cat into a blogger by attaching the camera to its collar. Recently, I decided to try filming with the DJI Pocket 3, and this camera surprised me. I know that many YouTubers now use this camera for their vlogs. The reason is its high quality and compact size. Unlike an Action camera, the DJI Pocket 3 features autofocus with background blur, making the footage look more like it was shot on a professional camera. It also allows smooth motion by using the gimbal. It's great for capturing stable and direct movements. A mini drone for your hands. You can also connect up to 2 DJI wireless microphones directly to the camera, although the design of the camera isn't the most convenient. You need time to get used to it. They often ask me how I edit my videos and where I find such an amazing music. Let me show you how to do quick edits synced to music. First, I download a track from Epidemic Sound. I recommend my favorite artist, Oi. He has plenty of tracks perfect for travel, action, and drone footage. On Epidemic Sound, it's easy to search for music by mood. I usually select the epic mood. Start by dragging your chosen track onto the editing timeline, then add markers to the beats of the music. Use these markers to cut and sync your video clips to the rhythm. This way, your video and music will feel perfectly connected. On Epidemic Sound, you can also search by popular songs or artists. For example, type Bruno Mars, Talking to the Moon, and the site will find similar songs with the desired vibe. With Epidemic Sound, you don't have to worry about copyright issues. You can publish your content worry-free and worldwide. I recommend you register through the link in the description to get a free trial. I carry all this gear on my back. I always try to reduce and minimize my filming kit. For over a year now, I've been using a backpack from Shimoda, and I really like its design, minimalism, the arrangement of all the storage compartments, its reliability, and its lightweight. It's honestly a great backpack, which I bought based on recommendations from YouTube. We've been on long hikes together, for example, an 11-kilometer trek to Trolltunga. After a year of use, there haven't been any issues. Nothing has torn or broken. I can definitely recommend it. My main lights are the new Nanlite Pavotube II. These are light tubes, the best solution for almost any task. This RGB lighting lets you set any color you need. 2 such tubes are more than enough to cover the main lighting needs for video. In my opinion, this is the most convenient and compact setup for travelers. Here's how I light my unboxing videos. One light source above as the main light and another below for backlighting. This creates excellent 3-dimensional lighting. And here's how I like talking head shots. The main light is placed in front of the face and a less intense second light is positioned behind as backlight. These lights are also great for creative scenes. For example, I use them for filming FPV flights after sunset. The Avata II is my go-to drone for challenging conditions, when there's a risk of signal loss. For example, I filmed a glacier in Iceland. The icy wall blocked the signal significantly, so I had to be extremely cautious when flying into the ice canyon. I also flew it in icy lagoon, and I trusted this task to my Avata. There was also a very challenging canyon in terms of signal. I flew far into it, with the signal blocked by rocks, but the drone still managed to transmit the video feed to the goggles. The advancements in signal strength technology are impressive. I even flew close to a volcano, about 3 kilometers away. However, due to the strong winds, I couldn't capture the shot I wanted. For that, I needed a 7-inch long-range drone, but unfortunately I didn't have one with me. At the end of my European journey, I ended up losing my Avata II to a river. A bit of water got inside the body, and the drone stopped working. It's an ideal drone, but it has some drawbacks. It doesn't perform well in strong winds. It's not water resistant. Due to altitude restrictions, you cannot dive from high mountains. That's why custom FPV drones are indispensable. For these situations, I use 5-inch FPV drone. My best videos were shot with this Gapper C Mark V. I've waterproofed it, so I can execute complex flights into waterfalls like this. For flights near people or indoors, I use the Beta FPV Pavotube V2. This drone also allows me to capture unique scenes, starting with a POV perspective and then transitioning to FPV. It's also waterproof, so water is not an issue. The Pavotube II is perfectly balanced and can even handle diving cliffs in strong winds, tested in windy Iceland. For safety, if there are people in the shot, I don't use the 5-inch FPV drone. Instead, I go for the smaller Pavotube II. However, this drone cannot lift a full GoPro, so I use a naked GoPro, a stripped-down GoPro from Flywoo. For professional FPV flights, I currently recommend the following setup: DJI FPV Goggles 3, TBS Tango 2 controller. I'll leave links to my entire FPV setup in the description. If a drone isn't available or flying is prohibited, I use the Insta360 X4. It's an incredible camera for capturing unique perspectives of yourself from a distance. With this camera, I've captured many unique shots, and I always make sure to take it with me on my travels. I've made a dedicated video about the X4, highly recommend checking it out. I keep all the small stuff in these mini bags, tech organizers. It's super convenient when your life revolves around constant travel. One bag holds screwdrivers, soldering iron, zip ties, electrical tape, and my favorite multi-tool. The second bag is for everything related to the naked GoPro. It contains multiple cameras, power cables, and spare mounts. The third bag is for SSD storage. I buy these 4TB SSDs and quickly fill them up with tons of travel footage. The small rig phone tripod unfolds quickly to full height, which is super convenient. With this tripod, filming on your phone becomes much more efficient. I also use compact phone tripod from PGY Tech. It attaches magnetically like a MagSafe accessory, and you can quickly unfold it and set your phone up for filming anytime. For my camera, I use a carbon fiber tripod from Ulanzi. It's reliable, tall, and most importantly, allows me to film top-down angles. This is how I record my unboxing videos. I've tried many different tripods, but I settled on this one because it meets all my needs. Another mounting tool I can't imagine shooting without is the magic arm from SmallRig. With it, I can attach lights and set up the perfect angle for lighting. It's also great for mounting action cameras, enabling you to capture unique angles. If you connect two magic arms with this kind of connector, you can shoot POV scenes with stabilized footage. It's incredibly effective. I'll leave links to all these devices in the description. This isn't an ad, these are the tools I use every day. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and see you in the next episode.